We hear it all the time, right? Love is the answer. But what's the question? Today, we're going to dive right into that very idea. We're going to draw on some timeless wisdom to understand love not just as some fuzzy feeling, but as a real, tangible force. We'll explore its power, its nature, and ultimately what it actually asks of us. So, let's just start with the big one. The question poets and philosophers have wrestled with forever. What does it really mean to love? It sounds so simple, doesn't it? But the answer, well, it's anything but. Let's dig in and see what a few powerful perspectives can teach us. All right, first up, let's talk about love's boundless power. And I'm not just talking about personal feelings here. I mean love as a genuine world-changing force, something that actually has the potential to completely reshape our reality. Big stuff, right? Take a look at this African proverb. It frames love as a catalyst for the impossible. Think about that for a second. It suggests that when love is the main guiding principle, in a community, in a relationship, or even just inside yourself, it creates this whole new environment where the old rules kind of bend and things we thought were totally out of reach suddenly become possible. But, that power isn't always simple. This proverb adds a really fascinating layer of nuance. Loving specific people with all their flaws and complexities. That brings troubles. It's messy. It's challenging. But cultivating a broader love for humanity itself, now that can be a source of deep joy. It really shows the crucial balance we all have to find between our personal attachments and a wider universal compassion. And this speaks to the lasting impact of love. I mean, every act of kindness, every single gesture, no matter how small you might think it is, has a ripple effect. It's a reminder that even when you don't see the immediate result, no act of love is ever truly wasted. It all matters. Okay, so if love is this powerful, what is it actually like? How do you even begin to describe something that so often feels totally beyond words? Well, for this next section, we're going to turn to nature for some answers, using metaphors to try and get a handle on the essence of love. Victor Hugo gives us this amazing image of love as a tree. It's not something you can just force. It grows of its own accord. And I love this part, the emphasis on deep roots. That speaks to a love that's stable, that grounds you, and becomes a fundamental life-sustaining part of who you are. It's patient, strong, and enduring. Now, contrast that stable tree with this beautiful African proverb. Here, love is like misty rain. It's gentle, it's soft, and at first it might seem like nothing. But over time, that consistent, gentle presence builds up into something incredibly powerful. Powerful enough to flood a river. It just goes to show that love can build its greatest strength not through force, but through quiet persistence. So, we've talked about love's power and its nature, but how do we actually live it? This next section is all about shifting from those abstract concepts to practical application. It's about love as a verb. This quote just distills the entire idea down into one simple truth. I mean, declarations are one thing, but true love is shown through action. It's about showing up, being there, and making choices that reflect real care. Ultimately, our actions are the truest measure of our love. So what does this doing look like in practice? Well, the wisdom we've been looking at seems to point to three key things. First, the discipline of patience, especially when things get hard. Second, the generosity of giving tirelessly. And third, the simple but really profound act of just holding on to each other. Let's break each one down. Let's look closer at that first step, patience. This Cameroonian proverb is so insightful. It recognizes that sometimes love isn't easy. It can feel painful or confusing, almost like a sickness. And in those moments, patience isn't just passively waiting around. No, it's the active remedy. It's the medicine that allows a connection to heal, to breathe, and to grow stronger through that hardship. Next, there's this idea of giving tirelessly. I know what you're thinking. That sounds exhausting. But this proverb suggests the total opposite is true. One who loves is never tired. What does that mean? It means genuine love isn't a resource that gets used up. Instead, it is the source of the energy. The very act of loving is what refuels us, giving us the strength to keep going. So we've explored love as a power, as a force of nature, and as a daily practice. For our final reflection, let's bring it all together and focus on the one thing that really connects it all, that profound, incredible feeling of being loved. This quote from David Viscott just captures that feeling perfectly. To love and be loved is to feel the sun from both sides. Just picture that for a moment. It's not just about giving warmth or receiving it. It's about being completely enveloped by it. It's this mutual, life-giving energy that nourishes us, a radiant feeling that reminds us exactly why love is so essential. So, when we put it all together, what really is the essence of love? Well, it's a boundless power capable of achieving the impossible. It's a force of nature, as deep-rooted as a tree and as gentle as the rain. And maybe most importantly, it is a daily practice, something we actually choose to do. And that brings us to our final thought. If love is truly defined by what we do, then this question isn't just for philosophers, it's for each of us, right here, right now. What will you do today?